Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. So, David and I just got done doing Taco Tuesday with Marina, and we were just taking questions from the folks that were watching the show, and one thing led to another, and I got on my phone because I'd seen an article about Gavin Newsom, and he had appropriated the MAGA slogan. For Gavin Newsom, MAGA is now Make America Gavin Again. And, the Republicans are losing their shit about this. He's actually opened up a merchandise shop. You buy the merchandise and it qualifies as a donation to this Democratic fundraising. But he's got a merchandise shop, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to go check it out. But he's selling Bibles that were sold. He sold out of Bibles. I don't know if he actually had Bibles autographed by your favorite governor. He's got a T-shirt that is got a picture of Kid Rock, Hulk Hogan, and Tucker Carlson all around him, and Hulk Hogan's got like a halo and wings. And it's very Trumpian, only it's got Gavin Newsom that they're all surrounding and supporting. It's just all this wonderful merchandise that he's selling, and it's like, once again, it's a poke at Trump and the Republicans and Trump's endless grifting, right? And he had met with some reporters. And the reporters were asking about his posting strategy, where he's posting things in all caps, just basically taking Trump's mannerisms when he posts to Truth Social and just completely taking it over. Like, for example, for the Patriot shop, he's got, and of course the post is in all caps. He put it out on X. The Patriot shop is now open. Many people are saying this is the greatest merchandise ever made. Please enjoy, America. So he's well, hello, Punky. How are you? I think I've got a hungry cat here. Hi. Is there something I can help you with? No, you're just gonna hang out there. Okay, you hang out there. He's mocking Trump's style. And he goes, if you have, and what Newsom told the reporters is, if you have issues with what I'm putting out, you sure as hell should have concerns about what Trump is putting out as president. And then Trump's allies criticized Newsom for carrying Bibles on his website. And he wrote on his X post, it's like, they still really don't get it. Honestly, incredible. I mean, it's like, yeah, no kidding. It's absolutely hysterical what he's doing. There are some in the Democratic Party that feel that while this is all well and good for the short term, you need a real political platform to stand on if you really want to run for president. And my first reaction is, well, first of all, Newsom has been positioning himself for a presidential run for years now. I mean, probably since he was mayor of San Francisco. But the second is, Trump didn't have a platform, and he's got elected twice. So, the conventions are on their ears. Now, I don't disagree that it's good to have a platform and people should know what you're standing for. But right now, there's so much frustration and with how the Republicans and MAGA are conducting themselves, that this is actually feeling good, like Newsom's actually fighting back. And that's what the Republican or what the Democrats are looking for. They're looking for a leader that's going to fight back. Yeah, we don't want to do it this way, but right now, this is the way it needs to be done until we can all start acting like adults again. So I'm going to start throwing some cards on this, but let me pause it for a second because my cat wants to have some dinner and I want to give him some food. So stand by. All right, cat is currently eating. It's the purple can of food, which is his favorite. So let's take a look at Newsom's energy and how his run is looking for entertainment purposes only. So let's take a look at Gavin Newsom. I know I did a video on Gavin Newsom fighting back finally just a few days ago, but let's see how this is going. You know, when I saw the Patriot shop, I actually want to buy some of this merchandise. It is absolutely hysterical. If you really like irony and or parody, this store is absolutely hysterical. And it's just for the laugh that you can get from some of this stuff. Okay, so let's look at the energy of Gavin Newsom and his current tactic of mocking Trump's style on his X posts or social media posts, and now the Patriot shop. How is this resonating with the Democratic and independent voters? Entertainment purposes only. So foundation, you got the 9 of Wands. Just people tired of the guy with the maxi pad taped to his ear. And, you know, it's time to start. We need to fight some more. Challenge the heartbreak and betrayal that, you know, like I mentioned earlier, this is not the way we want to do things. You know, we would prefer to do the Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. But you know what? We're tired of fighting and losing. We need to take the fight to them. And we don't want to do it this way. You know, if we don't, the Republicans keep celebrating. They keep winning and they keep celebrating. This used to be my Kamala Harris victory card, but every time I threw it, it seemed like it was really the Republicans celebrating. So we're tired of the fighting. We're tired of losing the battles, and we're tired of the other guys winning and celebrating. In the past, Queen of Cups, trying to keep a lid on the emotions, the outrage, the anger, the frustration of this. And now we got the Two of Swords. We have a choice. You know, do we go high when they go low, or do we go down in the slop with them until everyone agrees that it's time to get out of the mud? Overarching energy is the Knight of Cups. Hey, we'll stop if you stop. Lesson to be learned is the Page of Swords. You need to fight. Sometimes you gotta fight dirty. You know, it's not everything is fair in a fight. You've got to fight to win, and you got to be creative. And Newsom is using 2 young folks for his social media posts, and they're just nailing it. They're absolutely bringing that youthful energy. And then the outcome is the Queen of Swords. It's exactly what Gavin Newsom was telling the reporters. If you've got an issue with what I'm posting, then you sure as hell should have an issue with what Trump is posting. You know, you can't normalize what he's doing and then be outraged when I do the exact same thing. And that's the whole point. The parody, the satire is he's doing it exactly the same way, and the press is calling him out and the Republicans are calling him out. And it's just like they don't even see the double standard. And to me, that's absolutely, and to him as well, that's absolutely shocking. How can you not see that? It is so obvious, but you normalize it for him. Why are you giving him a pass? Okay, so that was more of just why he's doing it, I suppose. It didn't really answer the question, how is that going to resonate? So let's ask it again. Thank you for the cards on the first one. How is this going to resonate with Democratic and independent voters when it's time for the primaries? You know, how is this is this helping Gavin Newsom become the candidate for president for the Democratic Party in 2028? Let's try this again. Queen of Wands, you got to get busy. You got lots of things you need to do. High Priest, the cross of the High Priestess. You got secrets. You've got to take an intelligent approach because there's secrets out there that may not be revealed yet. Underneath it, you've got the Emperor. You've got to dethrone the Emperor, and you're going to dethrone him by taking on his style. This style, you're going to what the High Priestess is basically it's wisdom and knowledge. But you got to take the right approach, have to ask the right questions. If you ask the right questions, take the right approach, you'll get the right path. And you need that path to take down the emperor. You've got the Eight of Wands in the past. It's all about messaging, getting your message out there. Current energy is the King of Swords. This is exactly what Newsom's telling the reporters and the folks that are supporting Trump. Is like, I'm just doing the same thing he's doing. There should be no outrage here at all. If you're mad at me, then you need to be mad at your guy too. So how is this resonating? He's getting his truth out there. He's taking actions. He's taking actions against the emperor. He's getting his messaging out there. It's his truth. And overarching energy is balance from the Temperance card. It's, we could calm down. This is all about calming things down and taking the temperature down in the room. And with this approach, it's very provocative, the style he's doing, but it's provocative in a way to calm people down. It's to get them to look in the mirror and say, yeah, you know what, this isn't right. It's a very woke thing to do. Shh, don't tell him that. The lesson to be learned, justice. Yeah, it's just justice. If it's good for him, it's good for me. But we need, you got to keep the rules the same for everyone. Because right now we know, and that was my phone pinging. So I know everyone's just checked their phones out there. Right? That's my sister texting me. The lesson to be learned is justice. One set of rules that applies equally to everybody. That's one thing that the quote unquote gift that Trump has given us is that he has shown us that there is at least two tiers of justice. For the rich and is wealthy and powerful, and the ones for everybody else. There may even be three tiers for ex-presidents, right? Because he's able to skate on everything. And, so we need to have the same rules apply to everybody. Outcome. Is this going to resonate with the Democrats and the independent voters? Excuse me. Six of Pentacles. This is give a little back, get a lot back. So you've got your justice scales. It's like, hey, you know what? Let's get this thing balanced. Treat everyone the same way, and I'm just giving back to them what they've been dishing out, but it's going to reap big rewards. So yes, I am saying that this is going to resonate with the Democrat and the independent voters. He's given it back to them. And that's what people have been saying. That's what I want as a Republican who's been voting Democrat for years, is I want the Democrats to stop with the, grabbing their rosary beads and clutching their pearls about offending people. You know what? You need to fight back. Stop being a bunch of wimps. Once you're in power, you can show all the kindness and compassion, and that can be your messaging, but you got to be willing to take off the gloves and fight for it. They're not going to give it to you. Not the MAGA party. They don't play by the rules. And if they're not going to play by the rules, you're not going to win unless you take the gloves off. Good for you, Gavin Newsom. All right. Let's see. How are Trump and the MAGA faithful feeling about this? Are they going to take this seriously, or are they going to just ignore it? How's MAGA going to take this? Are they going to take it seriously, or are they going to ignore it? Page of Pentacles, he's just being an immature person that's copying what we're doing. The cross is the Seven of Cups. They don't see the irony of it. They don't see. Trump has no sense of humor. He doesn't see the satire and the irony and the and how this is poking fun at this, which is that's dangerous if they don't understand how this is bringing value to the voters. Are they going to take it seriously? So you got underneath the energy of the Hermit. what my feeling is on this is they need to find a different path forward, because if they continue on the same path, Newsom's already got him blocked. He's got him checkmated on that path. So they have to find a different path forward, because Newsom's counteracting them. They have to take it seriously. They can't just dismiss him as, just someone who's who's just basically mimicking them and copying them. They have to take it seriously. They can't just think that it's just a bunch of crap. They need to find a new path forward. In the past, they got the Eight of Cups. Right now they're just ignoring it. They're just they're ignoring it, or they don't recognize it as an effective tool against them. Current energy is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is about trying to bring a burden and get it across the finish line. It could simply be that they have tied themselves to Trump, and Trump can't run for another election. He may try. He may try to stop the elections. He may try and run for a third term, but there's no way they're going to get that done. You need ratification from 3/4 of the state plus 2/3 of the House and Senate. They're never going to get that. So they've chained themselves to this, and they got to somehow try and get his messaging and actions across the finish line without Trump at the helm. Overarching energies, Three of Swords, heartbreak, betrayal, not happy with how things are going. Are they going to take it seriously? I think it's too much effort to come. Finding a new path might take too much effort, and that MAGA is going to walk away if they try and rebrand their messaging, because MAGA is going to be disappointed that they want Trump and only Trump, the cult of Trump. Lesson to be learned is the Three of Wands. You needed to plan for the future. You were only living for the present. Trump is so tactical. He doesn't think down. He doesn't think to the future. His future is, 2 hours from now, 2 weeks from now. I guess the 2 weeks is his future, because whenever they ask him a question, it's like, oh, we'll have an answer in 2 weeks. So that's, his long-term outlook is only 2 weeks. You need to look more to the future. And what's the outcome? Will they take it seriously? The Moon card. They're going to be confused. They won't know how to handle this. This could also be, that their candidate is going goofy, and the message gets lost on their faithful. They're either not going to take it seriously, or they're not going to have a path forward to combat it. So let's just take a quick look. I mean, we're way out right now. Of course, there's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen between now and 2028. Not the least of which is what's going on with Rockland County and looking at the votes. But assuming that there's no there, how do the Democrats look in the presidential race? It's just the 2028 elections. How are they looking? I'm going to give this one more shuffle. That way, one, I can mix up the cards a little bit more, and two, prove to you that I'm not stacking it. Okay, so how are the Democrats looking in 2028? They got their truth out there. They took actions that were impacting the future. You take the high road or the low road. Hit them high, hit them low. They brought an end to the cycle. The world was watching, and we're on a new journey. We're going to start a new journey, and we're going to bring new things of value coming forward. Those are amazing, amazing cards for the Democrats. So I like the trajectory that we're currently on. And I think I'm going to leave it with that. So thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate that. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll wake you up with a new one. Probably the next one will be me and David, or versus not David. I want to give a couple of shout outs. I like to do that. I read all I truly do. I read every single comment that's out there. And I like to thank the people who've made contributions to the channel. Let me see if I've got anyone recently. Oh, let's see. What's this one? Oh, shit. Excuse me. Okay, no, that's a different one. Yeah, okay. No donations. So I'm just going to give some shout outs to people who are currently in the chat, who've just left comments on our video. So it is Tuesday at 7:30 at night. Yeah, we are having some issues with the audio quality for the first 4 minutes of our video. I put a note out there saying in the title, Dave and I will warn you if we're yapping our yaps a little too long, we'll say tarot reading starts at 8 minutes in. And this one I put a thing out there saying bad audio quality, go 4 minutes in, you can list, basically listen from there. So let's give a shout out to Patricia King. Hi, Patricia King. And you get the Hermit card. Find that path forward there, Patricia. Let's see. Lois Gallegos. Oh, first time commenter. Oh, what did you say? Oops. And I just lost the comment. I'll get right back to it. I'd be interested in a reading of what happens to the spawn when Trump is gone. Lois, you are a day ahead of yourself. That reading is coming out on Wednesday, the day before this video comes out. So great question. We're right on it. And let's wrap it up with Trudy285, who is a frequent commenter on the channel. Hi, Trudy. I hope you're having a great day. And you also get the Ace of Pentacles. You always bring things of value to us. Dave and I truly appreciate that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let's give a card for the rest of us right off the top. Six of Swords. This is all about getting out of the turbulent waters and going to smoother waters. It's really hard right now. I get it. I'm really a blue dot. I'm more a purple dot maybe, but I'm basically a blue dot, even though I'm still a registered Republican. The Republican Party left me 20 years ago. But if in a blue state, so I have it easy. If you are a blue dot in a red state, you have all of my appreciation and sympathy and compassion, because that must be hell on a daily basis. And if you're a blue dot in a red family, Lord help you. Just getting through the day must be a challenge. So do your best. That's what that card is. Just keep to yourself. You get out of the choppy waters and get to the smooth waters, and try not to get caught up in all that nonsense that's going on out there. Truly appreciate y'all. We'll catch you the next time. Take care, folks. Bye.